Elon Musk, the visionary entrepreneur and SpaceX creator, has recently provided intriguing indications regarding the upcoming evolution of the SpaceX Starship in the ever-changing world of space travel. Musk alluded to a next-generation Starship that promised significant advancements beyond the current frontier. Welcome back to another exciting video. Today's video is about Elon Musk's secretly hints at the next generation of SpaceX Starship. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. We feature larger propellant tanks, a lower dry mass, and increased dependability. Are we on the verge of a spaceflight revolution? What revolutionary possibilities might this next-generation spaceship open up for the future of interstellar exploration? Musk's enigmatic comments add a layer of excitement to the emerging story of SpaceX's cosmic ambitions as the expectation for humanity's voyage to the stars grows. On November 18th, SpaceX's Starship rocket took off over the South Texas coast. It was an astounding steel colossus standing over 120 meters tall and known as the tallest and most powerful rocket ever built. However, the mission ended with the missile exploding in space somewhere over the Gulf of Mexico at an estimated height of 148 kilometers. Despite the catastrophic outcome, SpaceX considers the trip a success because it exceeded benchmarks set during the rocket's maiden test flight in April, which ended in self-destruction at an altitude of 39 kilometers. During this recent flight, Starship's upper stage ignited less than 3 minutes after launch. It separated while some of the booster's 33 engines were still working, a significant advancement known as hot staging. Following the separation, the booster altered direction and underwent an explosion, which the firm described as a quick, unscheduled disassembly. Following that, as the upper stage began coasting in space near Earth, an automated safety system destroyed the vehicle after identifying an anomaly. While the explosion brought the mission to a close, SpaceX sees the test as vital progress, stretching the Starship's capabilities and informing future upgrades and enhancements. Workers tested the lights along the line of letters after finishing the wiring on the Gateway to Mars sign. Another potential walkway frame part was built on Mechazilla's arm at the chopsticks. The roadside storage shed's demolition continued, advancing from linking sections to U-shaped steel framework elements. On Mega Bay 2, window installation continued, with personnel installing the final full-size window panel. As the next integrated flight test of Starship approaches, SpaceX is working hard on critical enhancements to the orbital tank farm. I am nearly finished with Booster 10. Elon Musk has also revealed some exciting details about the future of Starship. The Sanchez site is undergoing significant revisions. The presence of rebar cages for new pilings indicated structural completion. Furthermore, a three-legged white steel structure near the engine installation stand raises questions regarding its function, maybe as an access platform for new perspectives. Another advancement was the installation of windows in the new Mega Bay. Interestingly, unlike the previous Mega Bay, these windows were added much earlier in construction. Work on new walls and a gate at the launch site continues, with crews painting the wall with the Gateway to Mars sign. An unknown piece of gear, possibly part of a new worker access boardwalk, was lifted onto one of the chopstick arms. Simultaneously, technicians began dismantling a storage building that had been damaged during prior flight tests to make space for something new. Simultaneously, the wayside storage facility at the launch site was demolished, paving the way for future improvements. The next step was installing a new hot stage ring on one of the Mega Bay bridge cranes. Booster 10 is lifted onto the engine installation stand. This installation puts the booster one step closer to reaching the launch mount. The ongoing improvements at Starbase are fueling excitement for SpaceX's future milestones. The midlock section of Ship 33 has been scrapped. Elon Musk stated that Ship 32 would be the final Starship of version 1, with version 2 containing larger propellant tanks, lower dry mass, and increased reliability. Booster 10 was moved from the engine installation stand to the new transport ring. At Massey's, metal studs were added to the office component of the new structure, while Blazers continued to work on Mega Bay 2's windows. Notably, these windows are taller than those in High Bay or Mega Bay, and each fitted panel has 2 panes of glass. SpaceX brought out their next Falcon Heavy rocket at Launch Complex 39A in preparation for the USSF-52 mission static fire test. Tug Crosby's skipper was sighted pulling in support of booster recovery for the Starlink Group 633 launch. Read the instructions to see. Falcon 9 Booster 1078 launched on its sixth mission from Space Launch Complex 4, sending another 23 Starlink V2 minis to low Earth orbit. A structure near the D2 gate at the launch site has been demolished. Crews employed heavy equipment to remove the area near Highway 4. Workers at the orbiting tank farm were seen soldering one of the new tank's feet to the steel embedded in the pedestals below. New piping arrived for installation, underlining the tank farm's size. Workers at the Star Factory continued to expand the roof, focused on finishing the taller parts to make the space operational. Booster 10 was secured and rolled out of Mega Bay 1. The booster was later relocated to the Rocket Garden, where it was temporarily located. Crews removed barricades and fences around the next phase of the Star Factory while SpaceX prepped the launch mount for testing, providing a glimpse of ongoing development. Ground stations for Starlink have been seen at the Sanchez site. They are indicating a Starbase ground station upgrade. In addition, an intriguing steel delivery, more significant than previous builds, was discovered at the next phase of the Star Factory expansion. The dockside processing of Falcon 9 Booster 1062 has been finished. It was transferred to the carrier for its return to SpaceX's Roberts Road repair facilities. Doug, the recovery vessel, returned to port after recovering both fairing portions from the Starlink Group 631 mission. Shannon, the Dragon recovery vessel, set sail from Port Canaveral to Tampa Bay in anticipation of the CRS-29 mission's eventual homecoming. SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket does a static burn test. Complex 39A was successfully launched, confirming readiness for the next launch. Greg Scott and Phil Mohan offered updates on continuing efforts in the Cape flyover update. Complex 39B, Mobile Launcher 2, is undergoing post-refurbishment testing at the time of launch, with preparations for the crawler to pick it up and transport it to the vehicle assembly building. The second mobile launcher, which will carry heavier types of NASA's SLS rocket and be used for stacking operations for Artemis II, is being built immediately outside the vehicle assembly building at historic Launch Complex 39A. Blue Origin's new dockside crane was seen hoisting a ring with clamps on top and fitting it onto their just-arrived steel structure. When the Glens return to port, this breakover fixture will lay down new Glen boosters. Later that week, SpaceX launched another Starlink mission from Launch Complex 40, followed by booster recovery operations with tugboats Sicket Titan and Gravitas Shortfall for the Starlink Group 634 mission. SpaceX was preparing for an imminent Falcon Heavy launch while the dormant Starship tower stood by. Manned lifts surrounded the new crew access tower at Space Launch Complex 40 to the south as SpaceX prepared to bring the latest equipment online. This tower is planned to support a Dragon launch early next year, prompting concerns about potential redundancy for crewed rockets and influencing SpaceX to start construction on Starship infrastructure at 39A. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.